All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. This is your Thursday cool down edition. So it looks like the standoff between the WNBA players and the WNBA are continue to shape up to be one of the most entertaining off seasons in WNBA history with the CBA deal. Now, we have heard every twist, turn, story, lie, betrayal, blasting if you may from the players, the owners. Now even Adam Silver is getting the brunt of it, which I reported early on when he made his comment about the revenue sharing and the players taking shots and say, "Oh, you don't want to share." So now the latest round of the CBA deal comes with another shocker. The more we get to the 31st for this deal to be done, the more it seems like we keep coming out and hearing a whole lot of other stuff. And it's crazy because we don't know which side is lying. We are looking for the truth. We need the truth.
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
That's all we want. That's all we want. That's all we want. It's the truth. But whatever the truth is between the players and the WNBA and Commissioner Adam Silver and Commissioner Kathy Engelberg, here lies in the middle. So now we're gonna look at this article by Front Office Sports, by Ann Constable. Now, Kendra Andrews put out one also for ESPN, but I'm not dealing with ESPN. So it says Adam Silver kicks off another cycle of WNBA labor tensions. And it went on to say the WNBA players and owners remain at odds a week and a half away before the collective bargaining agreement set to expire. Commissioner Adam Silver is the source of the latest bout of tensions after an appearance on Today's Show, which was a couple of days ago. And yes, Adam Silver said on October 21st, in a response to direct question asking if the WNBA players should be getting a larger share of the revenue deal. He said, I think share isn't the right way to look at it because there is so much revenue in the NBA. Now, and this is where I keep explaining that the players is never going to get a 50-50 deal. They're just not. The league has not generated the money that the NBA. The NBA been around for over 100 years. The WNBA been around for almost just about 30 years. You're not going to make that same kind of money. It just don't. The only way you're going to make that money is have an uncapped CBA. No core. Just set a precedence of sending teams a set salary to manage. You know what I'm saying? The team can't go over that salary cap. Now, if you have an uncapped, how much money are you thinking you're going to pay these players anyway? It's not going to be feasible because the league is not generating. The owners, the NBA, and these investors has to get their money. And you can't take percentage from them just to give to the players. It doesn't work that way at all. It doesn't. So when Craig Melvin interject to ask how the issue of player compensation should be looked at, Silvers had this to say: you should look at it as absolutely numbers in terms of what they are making. There are going to be a big increase in the cycle of collective bargaining agreement, and they deserve it. So, players earning at the center of the division between the sides. The latest proposal, the Supermax, was near 850,000, with the vet minimum of 300,000. Now, some people say this number was higher. The 850 was higher. The vet minimum was a little bit higher. I don't know. There's nothing come out. They just sticking with this right here. but some say it was $1 million, over $1 million. So, but a revenue sharing model similar to the current structure, which is only implemented if the current cumulative targets are hit. And that means, and this is go back to the current CBA that they are in now. When they made that deal in 2019, they were supposed to hit certain benchmarks, and they didn't do it, and the league lost money. So therefore, this is what they had. And some of these players don't hit certain benchmarks anyway. They whine and complain so much that they make themselves look bad because they don't go out and perform well. They don't try to perform well. You know, there's certain things that you have to take out of the CBA. Excuse me if y'all hear my voice cracking a little bit because my allergies is really bad. So bear with me a little bit. So the union isn't satisfied and remains stern in its stance on the player's salary needed to be directly tied to the entirety of the league's business growth. And that's not going to never happen. It don't matter what they think. So what's the league and the teams are really trying to do is not only limit the cost of labor, but also contain it through an artificial salary system that isn't tied to business. The players are building in a surreal and meaningful way. The WNBPA Executive Director Terry McMichael Jackson told Front Office Sports in a statement, "You know it's bad when the best they say they can do is more of the same. A fixed salary system and a separate revenue sharing plan that only includes a piece of the pie, and it pays the league back first." Now, she don't understand that. The league has to get its money back. You think because the league got all these TV media rights deal and all of this stuff, and you think the league's supposed to give the players half of revenue sharing when the league hasn't really made its money back? That is kind of like crazy. So you want the league to go bankrupt just because y'all want more money, but when y'all ain't really putting the best product on the floor. Y'all half-ass y'all games half the time. Y'all whine about every damn thing. So it's like, what are you wanting? Because if they give you half, guess what? In 2 years, this league is done. This league would be done in 2 years because y'all want to make more money. Y'all want a piece of revenue share, and it's not like that. Because before Caitlin Clark came, and before the 2024 rookie class came, y'all wasn't even nowhere on the map. Nobody was even thinking about y'all. So all of a sudden now, more eyes come on the league. Y'all say, well, y'all coming out with your handout instead of just say, hey, okay, let's make a substantial deal with the new CBA, and then later on down the line we could renegotiate to something else, see how the league progress. The league still has to progress and steps to generate dollars inside the league. It just can't go out there and just throwing money to y'all because y'all feel like y'all deserve it. Yeah, y'all deserve to get paid more, but not at the expense of the league. So by going out here and creating other leagues and other to get paid, that's not the way to go either, because that might not even work out into your best favor. You're putting yourself in a no-win situation with the WNBA and the NBA owners and Commissioner Anna Silver. And Commissioner Anna Silver is like, the deal gonna get done one way or the other. That's just how he look at it. He ain't there to play with y'all. But see, y'all want to take shots at him. But this is the thing, y'all trying to take shots at people. But y'all have to understand, y'all got to come back to the table and deal with them and negotiate with them. Posting stuff on social media it's a bad look. It just makes y'all look foolish and desperate. So let me go ahead and finish up right here. Now, the WNBA ownership structure is broken into 3 categories. The WNBA owners get 42% of the league, and other 42% is owned by the 30 NBA owners. And the other 16% is outside of investment group that was part of the 75 million capital raise, which directly undervalue the league in 2022. And that's why some of these people right here are pissed off at Kathy Ingeberg because the money didn't generate back from what they gave into the league. And that's bad basketball all the way around. You know what I'm saying? So and you got to think about this. With the new CBA deal, there's going to be expansion fees. The league is going to make money off of expansion fees. You can't, and then you got to pay these owners back. You got to pay the league back, and you got to pay the vessels back. And you can't take percentage off of all of them just to give to the players. It's not going to work like that. And they figure like, oh well, the owners make it. The players figure out, well, the owners making money, the league making money, everybody's making money. Then we want a percentage of that. You're not going to get a percentage of that at all. It's not going to happen. Now they sit at 9% right now, but I heard so many different numbers where it says 12. They was offered 12 and 20 or 21%. That's not. I mean, you got to go in steps. You can't just jump to 50% and think, oh well, hey, we deserve that. No, it's not. No company does that at all. If a company is sitting at, for instance, BMW, we was getting, I think, on bonuses. I think our bonuses was at 10% when I first started 3 years ago, and I think they moved it up to 12% within that time. And each time when the business makes more money, they give you a higher percentage. And as long as the league is making more money in the WNBA, you're going to get a higher percentage. There's going to be other things that they could change. This is my thing. I say once the W makes more money, they could adapt the model like for instance, like the NFL. Each year the salary cap goes up for them, where they're able to pay more players, they're able to maneuver to sign free agents and stuff like that. That to me could work for the WNBA. I think it could work for them right now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of giving them like revenue sharing and all of that stuff, make their bonuses higher. Give the teams higher salary cap. You know, go up to probably about 2 million, 2.5 million, where they could get them out bonuses, where they could sign the top players on a team and then trickle down everything else. You know what I'm saying? And then the league could be responsible for like all-star bonuses, first team, second team, MVP awards, improved players and all of that stuff. You get bonuses off of that. You know what I'm saying? And then the thing about it is the team responsible for your bonus, where you have to hit certain benchmarks to get that bonus, or you have to hit a certain benchmark to get a super max deal like the NBA does. It could be worked out, but these players wants to be so damn greedy, it just don't even make sense to me. So anyway, right here is the most important part. It said a source close to the negotiators confirmed multiple meetings that have taken place in October, including one during the NBA Finals attended by Kathy Ingeberg and a union executive committee member, Nneka Omowale, Nafisha Carter, and Breanna Stewart and Kelsey Plum. Now, this was including one during the NBA Finals, where Nafisha Carter said she didn't want to meet with her that later that week. Another meeting between the league and its union was held in Manhattan last Thursday. So, in the week before the finals, that's when Nafisha took to the stand and just to rip into them. So, both sides will continue to meet ahead of the deadline, which told Front Office Sports. Extension will likely be necessary to rectify the new CBA, which probably will happen. We come to the table prepared to do business, Jackson said. They responded with bad math and are hoping everyone doesn't understand the uncapped actually means. Silver said it himself on behalf of the WNBA. Sharing isn't the right word. It is not in the vocabulary. And it's not. The league responds with a strongly worded statement on Front Office Sports that the story that this story was published. Players are seeking a revenue sharing system where players and teams share every dollar. That is unrealistic. The players in the league is not going to be able to share the same money. It's not going to happen. These players are so greedy and selfish, and they don't even understand business in a whole. Because you think that you have unrivaled, you understand business. You don't. These people have been in business for a hot ass minute. The league said it offer uncapped and reward players for the league's success. Exactly. But somebody said it is incorrect and surprising that the Players Association is claiming that the WNBA has now offered a uncapped revenue sharing model that is directly tied to the league performance. As the league grows and gets better and makes more money, and you have an uncapped, you'll be able to share a certain portion of it, because you can't share everything. And this is what the players want. They want half of everything that the league is making, and it's not going to happen that way. The statement reads, the comprehensive proposal we have made to the players, including a revenue sharing component that will result in players' compensation increasing as the league revenues increase. As the league gets better, the money gets increased, then it increases as time goes on. Without any cap on the upside, it's frustrating and counterproductive for the union to be making misrepresentations about our proposal while also accusing the league of engaging in delay. That is simply not true. While we have delivered comprehensive proposals to seek an agreement that will benefit all, the Players Association has yet to offer a viable economic proposal and has repeatedly refused to engage any meaningful way of many of our proposal terms. The union has repeatedly accused the league of wasting time and delaying at the bargaining table. We stand ready to continue to negotiate in good faith and hope will do the same as that we can finalize a mature, beneficial new collective bargaining agreement quickly as possible. So, in other words, they're lying. They're lying. The players are lying. And this is where it goes back to where they keep saying they have gave them a proposal and they said, well, it was a slap in the face. The proposal that the league is giving them is pretty much down near the best is that they're going to get. They might could tweak it a little bit more to sweeten it up, but this is what these players got to understand. If you decide to strike out, you better hope that the league don't have a contingency plan and put replacement players in your spot, and the league moves on under the current model, and y'all sitting here not playing no damn basketball, and the league continue to prosper without y'all. See, the one term that you got to be careful for is be careful what you ask for. I will continue to follow the story as it gets juicy and juicier by the day, by the weeks or time. And I'm sure by the end of this week, going into next week, you will hear something else about this. And most likely it will be an extension in the league. This is Live Wire Sports Media. Hit that like, comment, subscribe. Hit them hype buttons on every video that I drop for you. Until the next episode, you know what it is. It's The Wire.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire. It's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it. So official, like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire. Sports and entertainment. Let's go.